how to do your passport makeup. We're going to go in depth about what suits you and how you should apply your makeup when you're getting your photograph taken. So we're going to be thinking the finish of your foundation and concealer, where to apply shine, where not to, eye makeup, how to define your eye shape, and my favorite as a makeup artist and what's current right now, the lips, how to start from your lips and work back. First things first, we don't want our hair being flat, but we also don't want it being too voluminous. So the best thing to do is prep it with some hair Velcro rollers. I did this earlier. Now let's get straight to it and start with skin. So right now, Matilda has a beautiful glow, and we're keeping in mind that you're getting photographed. So here where we've got the shine here, we want to get rid of that, and we want to use highlighting products only in the areas you want highlighted. So across the cheekbones, maybe just the tip of the nose, and on the cupid's bow. Buffing it in with a buffing brush. And then I'm going to do a little trick which actually started earlier in my makeup days. We're going to mattify, not with primers. Sometimes we don't have a million products. We're going to mattify with some powder. So pop that on before you pop on any foundation or concealers. So just across the T-zone, these are the areas we do not want any shine. And the powder, actually all the formulas now, a lot of L'Oreal, Maybelline, Rimmel, they've got these formulas that if you apply them lightly, the foundation will just like buttery go on top. They work really well if applied lightly with a little brush. I'm actually not adding a lot of coverage. We want the skin to still look like skin, and you don't want to be really airbrushed, unless you're Kim K. Sorry, but she does. So I'm applying it to the areas we really want lifted and a little bit of coverage, just in dot-like motions. Matilda's got such beautiful skin, so we don't want to mask anything. And probably go a little more matte than you normally would. Use your finger, rub it together if you're just feeling like the product is sitting on top of the skin, and you'll get, it almost is like your inbuilt sponge. Just works really nice. So we've got rid of any redness. This concealer actually is really beautiful in terms of enough coverage. I think people get confused with putting on a real BB cream. They're getting their passport photo. We don't want BB cream for passport photos, guys. We want a little bit of coverage to make it look flawless. BB cream is when you're seeing someone face to face. And really getting into any areas of darkness. Once again, concealing. If you want your passport photo to look flawless and have not one blemish, and in 10 years when you don't look like that and it's just beautiful porcelain-like, go in heavier with the concealer and mask or cover any freckles. I'm going to keep skin texture there, so I'm not going to do that to Matilda, but if at home you're wanting more, that's how you would add more coverage. And another little almost life hack is grab a little bit of the excess concealer. When you look down, you'll see tiniest, some people have more than others, but little veins or redness in the lids. You want to blank that and eradicate it just by lightly buffing that in. Instantly will make you look more awake and sets a nice little canvas for eyeshadow or bronzer, or simply to leave it. So that it doesn't crease, I often find a heavier concealer but applied quite lightly will work easier. I actually really love this concealer. It's perfect for fair skin. I often find like Rimmel is an English brand, so it works well with all skin tones, especially if you're really fair. This step with passport photos you cannot miss. It is the carving out of your features, contouring. So you've got to think about it. Your passport is going to be magnifying your face shape. Understand your face shape, whether it's long, whether it's like heart. I would say, for example, Matilda has a really strong, beautiful chin. I think this is what we all want. So we don't need to go too hard with contouring down here, but I think in terms of her cheekbones, really hugging the cheekbone and almost like we have all the hair off her face right now, but carving out, giving you that little bit of healthy glow across the forehead, pulling back the eye for a lift. And if you want a little nose contour, lip. A good thing with the contour around the lip, and I'll go into this in more detail, you can use these creams and really get in there and carve out the lip with small brushes. So now we're just going to blend this in. And if you ever need to correct anything or it needs to be toned down a little, you just grab a little bit of the concealer and buff it in, and you'll find it just really works well in making it look like there's no stripes or it's just a lot softer. Feel free to really go hard with your contour around your jawline, because that is where you're getting photographs going to give you that sharp, flattering jawline. Don't forget, you're always getting photographed forward, so it's important to really snatch that area. So I'm going to apply now this contour shade like a swipe across the lid. Just open and look forward. Just going to give a little bit of definition without it looking too much. When you use bronzer or contour shades, they're all very natural looking. I would advise to stay away from certain colors like burgundies and things like that, because you want it to look like you. I go back in with that powder that we did earlier, just to set areas we want no shine. And then we're actually going to go and do lips first. A lot of the time, lips are an afterthought. And for this kind of look, and just it being really relatable to right now, the lips need to be natural, but the focus of this look. So going in with this color here, just getting some color back. It's a really good time to add like a blushy color. Just use a layering process and it just works really well. So then we're going to go back in. I feel confident with the color now. So I'm going to go back in, contour again. So then we're going to go back in with this Rimmel pencil and just add a little definition once again to the center. The key is when you're doing lip contouring, see this side here? If people go and you draw on it like this, that's when you start to look like you've had filler when you haven't. So when you're going over the top here and it's above the lip line, these two sections, it's not flattering anymore. And the way you hold your pencil is key. So when we hold it like this, there's room for error. It's almost like how you write. You want to hold it flat, let the pencil kind of move for you, like this. So flat. So this shade by L'Oreal 635, when you look at it, is quite dark, but when you apply it to the face, it's really quite beautiful. And it's all about stippling it on like this and then blending it at the end. I'm going to go across the nose. So it looks like in your passport photo, you've already been on the holiday. And I've got some powder from earlier so that it will set it. If you want it more and colourful, add a blush powder to it. Okay, so we're up to the eyes. It's really important that we add definition back into the eyes. So when you're photographed, you can see the lashes, you can see your eye shape. Apply the eye makeup with your eye open, looking forward, so you can see the eye shape. Start here. And you could use any kind of brown. It's very flattering and it won't age the eye like black often does. So I'm just rubbing this and dragging it out with my finger. And it's just ever so slight, and it's going to elongate. Doing the same to the top, just across the lash line. So kind of follow the waterline at the top, because what that will do is make it look like you actually have that eye shape. So now we're going to use the L'Oreal Paradise Brand New Mascara. It's got a really strong brush that kind of gets each lash